Yes, this is Blake Charlton, the chair of the Civil Service Commission for the city of Tumwater. I'd like to welcome everybody that's here. We'll start out with having a roll call. I already introduced myself, so.
I'm Pat Schneider, Commissioner on the Civil Service Commission.
Wendy Mowdy, Commissioner.
Brian Hurley, Fire Chief.
Jay Mason, Police Chief.
Don Crimmins, Deputy Fire Chief.
Michelle Sutherland, Administrative Services Director and Secretary Chair.
Okay, are there any proposed changes to the agenda? Seeing none, we'll go to the next item, and that's the approval of the minutes. Has everybody had an opportunity to review the minutes, and are there any questions or amendments? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the minutes from May 8th.
We have a motion to approve the minutes.
Second that motion.
We have a second to approve. Those in favor say aye.
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 The motion passes. Now we'll have a review of the status of eligibility.
Okay. Get that list here. For some reason it's very slow scrolling today. Let me move things around on my screen. Okay, so here we have the status of the civil service eligibility lists. Let me put that over here. Printed copy always works best for me. We've got the active continuous listings that are currently firefighter, paramedic, lateral paramedic firefighter, lateral firefighter, and then police officer, entry and lateral, and then a certified police officer on the active continuous list. Other than that, I don't have any updates to the status list.
Okay. Okay, we'll move to the next item, which I believe is approval of the entry level police.
Yes, we currently have 17 candidates on the entry-level police officer list. We had 4 candidates that were added to the list, and then we had one that was removed simply because he was expired. His expiration date expired.
Okay.
So seeking approval.
Any questions or comments? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
I would make the motion. Sure. Sorry, every time I make a motion, I'm just like, I would make the motion for the entry-level police officer list.
Okay, second.
I will second that motion.
All right, we have a motion to move it and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 The motion passes. The list is approved. Next, we have the
This is asking for approval of the Tumwater Fire Department Fire Prevention Officer exam plan. Phase 1 would be a review of applicants. So any internal applicants interested in the position would apply. The candidates must have completed JATC to be considered, and then qualified candidates would be moved to the next phase. Phase 2 is they'd all be scheduled for an oral board examination. Those passing the oral board examination at 70% and above would then be ranked on eligibility for hire lists based on their oral board score. As also part of that phase, the fire chief is allowed to interview the top 7 candidates on the promotional eligibility list.
Okay,
And we have the timelines below.
all
So
right.
seeking approval for this exam plan.
Okay. Any questions or comments?
Well, I had a question as to what is JATC? What's involved in that?
Yeah, great question. JTC is the Joint Apprenticeship Training Council. So it's our firefighter apprenticeship program, which is a 3-year program. So it's just like any of the other trades through Laban Industries. Basically, they have to get 6,000 hours and complete 5 college level courses throughout that period.
Sounds very comprehensive. Thank you.
All righty. There's no further questions or comments, so entertain a
Question. Sorry,
no,
Chief, we may have talked about this already, but can you clarify, is this only for internal applicants?
That's a good question. Yeah, this process is meant to be for internal applicants. We have opened this up to the outside in the past when we haven't had any interest internally, but we believe we have internal candidates or at least a candidate interested this time. So we've chosen just to keep it internal, and we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was the clarification I was after, just because I saw that you have a lateral fire prevention officer eligible. You don't want to pull from that.
Right. We've interviewed those candidates, and I don't believe we have anybody on that list who for the position right now. So we're reopening it up internally. But yeah, that's a good point. We have had an outside list of lateral applications before as well.
Okay, yeah, I feel like that actually kind of fixes another clarification that I had for the date differences between the expiration of that lateral list that was provided on our worksheet and then the expiration or the anticipated expiration for this one. So thank you.
Yes.
okay. Now I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move that we move forward on the preventative officer exam plan.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Any second?
I would second that motion.
Okay. All those in favor, say aye. Aye,
Aye.
motion passes. Move to the next item, the police sergeant list.
Yes, asking for approval for the police sergeant listing. The examination date was in May of 2025. Asking for approval for the list. We have 5 candidates that have passed the sergeant exam plan. So asking for approval to add those 5 candidates to the police sergeant list.
Any questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
I'll move that we approve the police sergeant list.
I can second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye,
Aye.
Aye.
okay. The motion passes. Okay, the next item is provisional appointment extension request.
Yes, we are requesting, we currently have Lieutenant Quiles in the deputy chief position provisionally as a working out of class. We're asking to approve that request to extend his provisional appointment past the 4-month appointments that are allowed within the civil service rules. The The reason for this would be, as stated, ongoing staffing challenges and the extended timeline that it takes to conduct an external recruitment for a deputy chief position. We would request that you would waive the Civil Service Rule 14.02 regarding provisional appointments and allow Lieutenant Keelace to stay in this position for up to an additional 6 months, dependent on when we would be able to externally hire this. We do not have anyone internal interested in applying for this position. So, based on wanting to keep everything consistent within the department, that is why we're, asking for this extension. Jay, Chief Mason, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Michelle, you covered it really well. This is a very technical position that brings a lot of stability to the organization. Originally, we thought we may have an internal candidate that was interested, and we don't. And in fact, none of our internal staff is interested in filling this role. And so we will be building out an external recruitment and hiring process, but that takes time. And so we're requesting this extension to provide us that ability to continue conducting operations at the level that we are while we pursue a high quality external candidate.
Thank you.
Any questions or comments?
Yeah, the only questions I had was what kind of external recruiting plan do you have? But it sounds like it's still in development.
It is. In fact, we just had a meeting about it today. There's a couple things that we need to work out. And then because the deputy chief position is a civil service protected position, we will be coming to you with an exam plan once we have that in place. So it's kind of a two-part process. We have, a pretty robust recruiting process, and then we have a testing process. So we're in the midst of trying to put this together. This is, in my 31 years with the department, we have done this one other time, and it was about 28 years ago, 27 years ago. So it's been a while since we've actually done this. And obviously a lot has changed in police management and police leadership in that time. And so we want to make sure that we're targeting and recruiting the best possible candidates we can.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Really good information. I had a couple questions on this. Are we 4 months into the 6 month time period? Just in my packet, it says that there's 6 months.
No, so we're,
can you?
yeah, so with Deputy Chief Keelace was provisionally appointed on March 1st. So his 4-month appointment is up at the end of June, so June 30th. What we've asked for is an additional 6 months, basically from today. So there'd be it's actually like a 5-month extension is what we're asking for, basically. And maybe a little bit over 5 months. But anyways, just there's a little bit of overlap. And it's our hope that we don't utilize that entire time. But, we don't know what kind of a candidate pool we'll have. Our goal is to be as aggressive and try to fill this role permanently as quickly as we can. There are a lot of unknowns that we're trying to navigate. And what we didn't want to have to do is try to keep extending this and, not give our organization stability, and then even coming back to you and asking time and time again for an extension. So we feel confident we can have the role filled within that time period that we're asking.
Okay. I feel like you kind of already answered this, Chief Mason. But do you feel like the reason it wasn't completed in that initial time frame was because you had someone you thought maybe was going to apply for it, and so it wasn't?
Yeah, that's correct, Commissioner.
That?
We thought that we had an internal candidate, and after a strong evaluation, he decided that this wasn't the right time, right position for him at this moment. And so it kind of, and I respect that and want to honor that. It put us back about 3 months probably from where we, maybe could have been. But, we want to do right by our people and give them those opportunities, especially when they're well qualified.
and I'm sorry to be the one that has so many questions, but I feel like it's really helping me. So thank you for answering them so
Of course.
candidly.
Yeah.
As far as in regards to Lieutenant, is it Keelays? I'm sorry.
Yep.
When he's in that capacity, when he's acting in that capacity of the deputy chief, you mentioned staffing shortages within the department. When you're pulling him up into that assistant chief or deputy chief position, how is that impacting boots on the ground people, the ones that are in the field?
So, anytime we have a position like this open, it's a cascade of staffing issues. So, we currently
Oops. We lose them?
Yeah.
Frozen up, Jay.
Can you finish the thought? Melissa?
Yes. So until Chief Mason comes back online, it is, as he was saying, kind of a cascade. You bring someone up, you need to fill that position by bringing someone else up into that, and it's that cascading effect. In a way, it is helpful. It does give people without the experience the ability to work out a class in different positions that they normally wouldn't be in. So I hope that answered your question well enough, Commissioner. So we are seeking to get this filled as soon as possible, working on putting that exam plan together, and like Chief Mason said, being aggressive in our recruitment efforts.
Thank you.
Chief, you back with us?
I am looking.
I think.
Sorry,
we got to
I'm back.
Answer
Oh, he's
questions.
back, yeah.
I apologize. My phone overheated and then it decided to shut down on me.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Did you have further questions, Commissioner Moody?
Mowdy. Yeah, so I guess with all of that being explained as far as that cascading effect, which was, pretty much what I anticipated, how you're, kind of backfilling from the bottom, moving up and stuff. I guess I just wanted to say it just so it's said, that is definitely the priority. Like that's where you need the personnel, right? Like we're not missing out as far as citizens of Tumwater service falling short with enough officers by pulling him up to fill that role in any way, right?
no, not at all. In fact, I mean, first line staffing is our #1 priority. And, if it got down to nuts and bolts and I had to go push a patrol car around because that's what was needed, that's what we would do. And in fact, the acting sergeant ended up coming from detectives. So this gave her an opportunity to fill an acting sergeant role. And then we have someone on light duty who has the opportunity to fill an investigative role. So, much like
that's really awesome.
we're really adaptive, and our #1 priority is the road and frontline staffing. So
I made those assumptions. It's just really nice to hear it, I think. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, don't hesitate to ask questions. We're not in a hurry. I mean, sometimes we can get through these pretty quick, but we're scheduled for at least an hour. So never hesitate. I'm not trying to get through quick. So interrupt me if I go too fast, but ask away or make comments. So, okay, make a motion. Someone can make a motion.
I move that
I
we
would-
approve the request to extend the provisional appointment.
Do we have a second?
I can second that. Yep.
Okay, we have a motion, and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Let's see. Oh. Now we're just to updates, right? Chief Hurley, we haven't heard from you yet.
Great. Thank you. Just briefly, we're excited that we have candidates in Academy right now, and 5 of them that we hired around the first of the year for our new medic unit will be completing and graduating on June 21st. We're very excited about that. And additionally, we have 1 new firefighter recruit at the Academy in North Bend, the State Academy, and Chief Crimmins and Battalion Chief Ridgway went up today to visit the Academy, and she's doing exceptionally well, standing out as a leader in the group. So we're super proud of her, and her graduation will be, I believe, July 25th, if I'm not mistaken. So excited to have the staff complete that academy and get them back and get them in service.
Great, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job.
Okay. Chief Mason,
Thank you, sir. Just a follow-up to last month. I told you we had 5 in training, which is still the case, which is a good thing for us. We have 3 up at the academy right now, which may be the most we've ever had in the academy in an academy setting at any one time. And then we have 2 that are in field training, and both are doing really well. As we've talked extensively, we are just moving forward with a recruitment process for a deputy chief position. And if you know anyone that would be a good fit for deputy chief in the city of Tumwater, please send them our way. I don't know. I wish I had a better timeline for you. We're still pretty early in this process. I would like it to move fairly quickly, but you know, as with any other governmental process, it takes the time it takes to get it done. So we're doing that, and we're just getting ready for summer operations. And we're out looking like we're going to do pretty well this summer with everything we have going on. So,
okay, thank you. Okay, go ahead. Somebody have a comment? I'm sorry.
I said, good job. Thank you.
Oh. All right, our next meeting is July 10th. Is there any conflicts anybody's aware of?
None for me.
Okay, I should be here.
Okay.
All right. So seeing nothing else on the agenda, we'll call this a meeting adjourned, and we'll see you in July.
Thank you. See you next
Good,
month.
everyone.
Thank you. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thanks, you too.
Bye.
Bye.